Hello and welcome to my channel, GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your weekend reading for the 15th and 16th of May. So let's see what's coming in. It's been interesting energy of late because Saturn's kind of come with quite a point. He's come in recently showing us information around or communication around limitations, where we've been limited, where we've been held in a fixed viewpoint, where we might have been stuck on one idea. And then Jupiter comes in and opens things up. We see more possibilities. We see other ways of doing things. Things start flowing. And it could have been also in terms of, I also got the word discipline as well with Saturn. Is showing areas where even we need to bring more in, or we need to be applying that somewhere as well. But then also it frees up as well, so that things start to flow. It's like if you kind of, it could be to do with daily routine, say like every Monday morning I do something and that frees up my Wednesday afternoon. And so it's kind of like working things out like that. So I feel like you'll be finding solutions, and it'll be things like, oh, why didn't I see that? It was there all along. The solution was there all along. So yeah, I mean, it can be any of those things that are happening. So, but let's see what energies are coming through for the weekend. The Eight of Cups, walking away from something that no longer resonates. So the cats have been on here. The King of Wands, stepping into an empowered position, really looking at what it is that you want. The Knight of Swords, so making some quick changes. The Six of Pentacles, things start to balance out. And we have the Knight of Cups. Then you can feel happier with the direction that you're moving in. So, and at the base we have the Hermit, which is going really deep to find some answers. Can be a bit of soul searching. Also, the thing with Jupiter is the teacher. And that's what the Hermit is as well, is that there's some kind of deep down knowledge that is either being searched for, that you can find within. It can be even in the form of wisdom. But at some point with the Hermit, you will receive the information that it's time to share that knowledge and step into the role of being the teacher. In some aspect, and that can come in so many different forms. And that's kind of, interesting with Jupiter, is that you be open to and kind of be aware of where he's bringing like new teachers to you, or where you're being asked to share your teachings or your knowledge. So, it's kind of interesting. And with Saturn, just look at where that is going to be different for all of you, depending on where Saturn is in your house, in which house Saturn's in. But, just look at where you felt limited and restricted in your life, and you'll start seeing some more flow happening, or some more solutions around that. So that's really positive. So the Eight of Cups is actually a really good card, because you can see that figure is walking away, turning their back on something. And it very much, we have the moon there, and it could be related to the moon cycles. There is a lunar eclipse happening on the 26th in Sagittarius, and there's also just been the new moon in Taurus on the 11th. So we're moving into eclipse season, which means things are going to really start amping up energetically. And eclipses kind of show you a lot of insight. They could bring things into your life. They can bring things out of your life very quickly. And so that's kind of what we're seeing here with the Knight of Swords, is that you could be leaving something, and it could be quite a quick decision and quite a quick insight coming through, getting some very clear information around that. And the Eight of Cups is that, there's a cup missing. Something has not been fulfilling in the journey, or the place, or the situation, or the relationship that you've been in. And it's time to walk away from that, detach from something. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean physically leaving. It just means detaching from the energy that was not fulfilling you. So that can also mean, physically leaving, but it can also be around releasing something. So, it's saying this is happening with the Knight of Swords right in the center there, and the Knight of Cups. Both of those cards are around change. And the Knight of Swords is about cutting something out, really quick, fast change. It happens quite quickly, something from the past. It's an old energy that you no longer need is being cut out. And the Knight of Cups is then moving towards the future with his cup full. And that is searching for that missing thing, that missing cup that was missing in the Eight of Cups. He's now holding this cup going, I know now what it is that I want. On an emotional level, I've checked in with my heart, and it's not what was there in the past. And now I'm out searching, looking for it. But because he's got it holding it in his hand, it's like, I know what it is, and I'm wanting to fill my cup. So it's kind of interesting with that Six of Pentacles coming in as well, and the King of Wands. This is the empowering energy of being the King of Wands is the master visionary. He really steps in as an authority of his life. He's the creator. If you had a blank canvas now and you can see the picture that was there in the past, you want to paint over it and create a new picture. What is that going to be? What does that look like? You can put whatever you want on there. So have a look at what that is. And that's a real sense of you are the master visionary of your life. You're the creator of your life. And so it will feel very empowered. And the Six of Pentacles is, I mean, this can be gifts of money coming or gifts receiving, being open to receive gifts coming in whatever form. And again, it's that rebalancing of, how we give and how we receive and allowing some more balance to come in. And the deep root of that is around self-worth, about how well you receive something and how well you give something. So that really is around kind of we're moving into, it really is what I'm getting as a culmination or what's the right word? It's not a culmination, but it's like you've learnt a lot. And that's what we've got from the Hermit card around Taurus season. It's all those things that you've learnt around self-worth, around your body, around what you really truly value. And so you're starting to see some really positive results around that with the Six of Pentacles. You're starting to put it into action and to really see something ground down. So that's also the really positive energy with the Hermit, is that you've learnt a lot. There's a lot of deep knowledge coming through and insights around how things have worked in the past. And so that's why it's fantastic with the Knight of Cups. And it is this energy of things now being able to flow a little bit easily, really being clear on what it is that you want and being able to step and head into a direction that is more fulfilling for you and is going to feel more right for you and is going to bring more happiness and more love as well. The Knight of Cups is really, it can be romantic, it can be around anything in your life. So that's it. I do feel with the Hermit card, and because the Hermit card, that it might be, this could all be around isolation, feeling lonely for some of you. I mean, we've all gone through restrictions and feeling isolated at some point over the last year, and some more than others, depending on what countries you're in. And so the Hermit can be around that. So issues around that are coming up and being looked at, and really getting some clear insights about what in that process has been really unfulfilling and what has been fulfilling for you. And also the Hermit can also be just spending a little bit of time alone, spending some time with yourself just to kind of just commune with yourself is kind of what I'm getting, the word. Just be with yourself and just with no expectations. It's just, I'm going to sit and be with myself, and whatever comes up, comes up. And I'm just going to have no judgment about that. No expectations. And it may not even come up immediately at that moment. It might just sit there, and it's just the process of sitting with yourself is important. And it may come up later as an insight. You might get something in that moment, but the point is to have no expectations, and it really is just to connect in very deeply and with yourself and just be with yourself. And even if you're not feeling happy or comfortable with that, but I do feel like a lot of you will feel comfortable with this energy, but it is a sense of that might be the questions. How deeply or how easily can you connect in and just sit with yourself as well? That might be something that might come up as well to do with how you're feeling very deeply fulfilled. So I just feel like that process is going to be very rewarding no matter what comes out. And that's kind of what I'm getting intuitively. And you probably might be making some very quick decisions or taking some quick action around things or getting some very fast insights, and your mind is just like boom, boom, boom with that Knight of Swords, very quick, quick, quick. And it's like taking some very deep strides into the past and cutting some stuff out, but then turning around and feeling empowered for the future. So, and hopeful. I mean, we had hope restored yesterday, and that's kind of where I'm feeling like the universe is wanting you to feel like you can look to the future now and feel positive about it, or feel at peace with it at least. So that's it. That's the reading for the weekend. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday.